Good afternoon, this is Dan Howe, PTI Securities and Futures with Tuesday, August 9th daily wrap-up. Well, today was almost as good as yesterday was bad. Very wild ride overnight. When I went to bed last night, I was checking the S&Ps. They were down 36. When I woke up this morning, they were up 26. So basically, it was an extremely wide range overnight, very volatile. But we did come in this morning with a very positive outlook. People were actually thought that we were due for a rally. And of course, after the last 7 trading days, we were due for a rally. And they were pretty optimistic on what the Fed was going to do. The Fed was the news of the day. The Fed came out with their announcement at 1:15. No press conference today, but they came out with their announcement at 1:15. They acknowledged significant more downside risk, noting specifically the significant downgrades to GDP for the last first quarter and the previous 3 quarters before that. SPOOs immediately sold off. The whole market sold off on that news, went negative for the time being. However, either they saw something in the fine print or that just having that rally in place was good, because we went up and we went up substantially. While we were coming up, something very unusual happened, is bonds were rallying substantially as stocks were rallying. Now keep in mind, in a significant downside risk, you would expect that to be positive for the bonds, but you'd also expect it to be negative for stocks. But when they both rallied, and I was talking to a trader on the floor just a few moments ago, and it was so steep and so much, they actually thought it might have been a fat finger problem, where someone actually hit more buttons than they should have hit and bought more contracts. In any event, the 10-year note really, well, the whole complex got hit in terms of yield. The 10-year note right now closed at 2.18, down 19 basis points. Now keep in mind, the headline inflation year over year was 3.7. So somebody's loaning their money to the government at 2.18 for 10 years. It's a pretty strong statement that there might be risk going into the future, which really doesn't jive with the stocks rallying that much. However, in the course of the day, this SPX closed at 1172. Up 53. The Dow closed up 429. We rarely have these bigger moves to the upside in up markets. We usually have these types of moves in down markets, so this volatility probably is here to stay for a while. NASDAQ closed up 134, and the dollar took a hit, was down 1.26. The dollar index closed at 73.92. Going forward, not a whole lot of fundamental news coming out in the next couple of days. The next biggest number is probably the weekly jobless claims Thursday morning. So it'll be very interesting whether we're on the buy or the sell side tomorrow, but everything seems to be moving together. So it's been Dan Howe from PTI Securities and Futures.